Sam Hyde Show.
Sam Hyde Show is a part of the Sam Hyde Network family of shows. The Sam Hyde Show is produced by Jordan B. Peterson in front of a live studio audience.
Is Anthony ready? You guys, come on in. The show's so important it can't be interrupted. Is that Versace?
It's Sticker Mule.
Sticker Mule makes everything that Anthony's wearing right now.
Everything, actually.
Anthony,
Sure.
you make stickers?
Among other things.
We came and we toured your factory. It's extremely impressive.
You got to see one of the factories. We got 4 in Amsterdam, 1 in South Carolina, and 2 in Europe, in Italy.
I was surprised you have sticker machines that are like custom engineered in Italy or something. What is the story
So
with
we
that?
started making our machines, I think 8 years ago. We bought a machine from Italy, and the engineers liked me, and we went out, had a little bit of fun together, and next thing I know, they wanted to exit their company and work for me, and we ended up setting up a whole operation over there to service Europe, and we have 15 engineers now. We've designed 15 unique machines.
Now, is it true that you commissioned a bronze statue of Trump?
It's made out of something nice, and he liked it. I think that was the important part.
How big was the statue?
About the same height as him.
So you commissioned a life-size Trump statue?
It was, seemed like the right thing to do at the time. Or,
Did you send it to him?
It wasn't as big as the Vote for Trump sign that got me into all sorts of trouble initially. Really, before that, I, wanted to be the first tech CEO to, I think probably the only one to email my endorsement of Trump to my entire customer list. So, right after he got shot in Butler, I endorsed him to my entire customer list, and the internet went crazy.
Your business, you paid a material cost with that endorsement of Trump, right?
See, looking back, no regrets, but it was an interesting experience. Made us part of history in a way. And, once we got in the fight, we said, what else can we do? So we put up the Vote for Trump sign, and the mayor of my town tried to throw me in jail over the sign, which of course turned it into a bigger story. I ended up getting into the New York Times.
They threatened to arrest you over the sign?
Yeah, they said the sign was a public safety hazard, and I had to take it down immediately.
Damn.
They said, you're threatening public safety. You're going to be responsible if, an accident happens. they said there was going to be an accident. People weren't going to know how to drive their cars because the sign looked too nice, and they were going to crash into things.
Bright or something, or what?
It just looked too good.
It's too beautiful.
Lumens?
So we had about 5,000 people come to see me unveil the sign, and then the Democrats went to the Newsweek, and they said nobody came to my rally. So I said, let's do another rally. So I said, well, what am I going to announce at my next rally? Because, the first time people came, I had the sign to show off. I said, I got nothing to show off, so I need to have something to announce. So I said, we're going to build a statue for the president. So that was the story of the statue. I did a second rally. It's really the mayor of Amsterdam's fault for, mocking my first rally and saying nobody came. I said, we're going to do another one. And it was just an idea. I said, I'm going to get this statue done, and we're going to give it to him, and we're going to make ourselves part of the story of the Trump presidency.
What's with the political aspiration? What are you trying to do?
Well, I say if it's not me, then who? I think is probably the first thought that comes to mind. And I liked the president for quite a while, and I just got fed up watching the way he was treated. And I was in a situation financially where I could afford to take a risk that other people couldn't take, so I backed him. And the election ends, and Roger Stone calls me and invites me to dinner. And Roger's sort of a character, and I always wanted to meet him. So
You guy's a fucking nut.
yeah, Roger's an interesting guy. And
Roger's a nut. Did you go to his condo?
I went to the Nixon Museum at his.
Did he make you a martini?
We eventually had martinis.
What'd you think of that shit? His martini is disgusting.
It doesn't sound good. It's
We
a
went
drink.
there to film some stuff for Tales of Wape. People saw on Twitter that we met linked up with Roger Stone, and they were like, "There's the proof he's in the Illuminati." Meanwhile, we're filming Roger Stone saying, "I can fit a doorknob in my woodle bottom." Like that's the type of dialogue we went to go record. Was like him saying there's blood on his wiener. And the whole time we're telling Roger to say Wape and also telling him to say his name is Roger Stone. And I don't think he put it together that he was saying rape the whole time. Luke was like, you got it. Roger's really excited about these martinis. He pulls it, what was it, Tito's vodka? Yeah. The martini is just Tito's vodka. Like room temperature Tito's vodka. It blew my mind, man. And like big, like it's just like a pool of Tito's vodka in a glass. It was fucking awesome.
I can't complain about Roger's martinis or his stories. Roger's fun to hang out with. I liked hanging out with Roger. He encouraged me to run for it, and I said, why not?
Wow!
Yes. Let's fucking go. We're kicking ass right here. Yeah. MENERALS delivers 100 trace minerals with over 1,000 documented benefits. Sourced directly from rich American soil. It's designed for men who take their health and their masculinity seriously. Unlike foreign blends and gimmicky powders, MENERALS is fully transparent about sourcing and science. It's America first. Pro-health and built for results. In fact, independent tests have shown that certain imported supplements like legit have even contaminants including traces of fecal matter. Minerals keep it clean, simple, and effective. With minerals, you get one comprehensive supplement that supports energy, vitality, and health without soy fillers or endorsing. All right. This thing's recording, right? This is best of all. You can try it 100% risk-free for 90 days. To see all benefits. Visit check out MENERALS. I
don't know if you saw the news recently. I had released the fact that, a not so nice person in New York politics called me and threatened to kill me, and my AIDS brake lines were subsequently cut in the middle of the night. Yeah, so they tried pretty hard to box you out.
Well, you said something before that.
Who cut your brake line?
I think it was a brake.
Yeah.
AIDS brake. Well, we'll get to that later, but
I want it now.
They cut your what?
Somebody cut my AIDS brake lines.
Your AIDS brake lines.
I got the party insiders were never going to accept me. They made that very clear in the beginning when they called me and they said they wanted to kill me. I got that call about a week into the process.
Did they say they're going to kill you?
I ended up recording the call because the guy just got so belligerent.
And they said, we're going to kill you.
We intend to kill you. We intend to kill you.
I'm sorry, what does that mean?
What it means is you act like you know more than we do, and you don't. You told us how we would be more effective. You don't get elected without us.
Okay.
And telling us that you're going to run in November is just a bigger reason why we tend to kill you.
That's like a Jerky Boys call.
It sounds like one of those guys, right? And then, it's for week one in politics. It's my first week in politics after spending a few $1 million to, help elect the president. I get, that type of phone call.
If you tell us you're going to run in November, then we're going to do everything in our power to make sure you're destroyed before you get to November.
The next day, I get a phone call from my aide saying that I'm with the police. My brake lines were cut. Somebody tried to kill me.
Damn.
I didn't know stuff like that actually happened.
Some of my advisors said to take it seriously, and I was like, I don't know. But then the brake lines get cut, and your calculation changes, and very quickly you're like, geez, somebody almost just died.
Reminds me of high school.
Like, yeah, what's next to swirly?
High school was like toilet paper and
sorority,
eggs.
more like.
We're going to give you some
brake
noogies,
line
kid.
cutting. I don't know what high school you went to a different high school than me.
What prompted you to record the call?
He was belligerent, and I didn't even know what to do with the recorded call. In fact, I didn't want to be known as a guy that recorded calls, so I just didn't really know what to do. But my team started saying, remember there that guy threatened to kill you? And
Cutting his brake lines is not an option.
no,
That
that's not
guy's
an
brake
option.
lines, he's got reinforced. Gerald Kassar, he has
Political
reinforced
violence.
brake lines.
Because I don't know how what'd you say, your PA was one of your...
He was press aide. He was like my press guy.
Yeah, I don't know how he figured out that his brake lines were cut, but I figured this guy
He
might
didn't.
take him a minute.
He actually was driving, and his brakes stopped working, and he drifted off, and he was able to coast out into a rest area. He called a tow truck or whatever he did, and then he brought it to the mechanic. He had no idea what happened, and then the mechanic called him and told him the brake lines were cut maliciously, and then he went to the police, and the police confirmed they were cut as well. In fact, they called me, and I said, "Are you sure they're cut?" And they said, "It seems that way. We'll know for sure within an hour." So I waited. They called me back, and they said, "Sir, they're definitely cut." A guy named DVS confronted Kassar in Brooklyn the other day, or in New York City somewhere the other day, and asked him about it, and he just said he was clearly lawyered up. He said it's with the lawyers, and I can't talk about this anymore.
What's the game plan, though? You're just going to go in and get the votes?
In the special election, the party bosses had control of the situation, but then if there ends up being a true election in 26, it's up to the people. And right now, it seems like Congresswoman Stefan is considering a run for governor, which I think's an interesting idea. I think it's a good idea, and we'll see what happens there. And I may end up running for that seat again. It'll be a regular election. It'll be up to the voters this time, and I won every poll. So
that's the game plan, is going for getting popular enough that you win the 26th Congress seat.
Well, I mean, I already won every poll, so I mean, I was the front runner by a lot. The closest guy to me was, behind by 9 points, but he was the guy that hated the president, and I said, he's not going to get the backing of the president in order to pursue the seat. So one guy was polling at 2%, another one at 6 and 7%, and I'm at 49%. How are they a serious player? So in the event she runs for governor and that seat opens up, I would be the front runner for the seat.
Company slogan options. I've got
Let's do it. We need some new ones.
This is for Sticker Mule here. These are my ideas. I was thinking we could revamp it, come with a fresh new angle on the whole sticker thing.
We've had the same slogan for a while, so I think it's not a bad thing to talk about.
The revolution will not be adhesivized. Did you write that?
I did not.
Who wrote that? AI? Stuck with us? You're welcome. Sticker Mule really is better than any competitor. We've used Printify and all this other shit. It's all shit.
Yeah, I mean, that was the game plan. I said, people, if we're better than the competitors, then people are going to buy from us. That's what people tend to do. So, it's a much harder sales pitch when you're worse than the competitor to try to sell your stuff. So, yeah, we just try to be better.
From counterculture to countertop, we don't need to read these. What is with the sauce?
My team thought it would be funny to do a sauce. I said it would be funny if it actually is the best sauce, because, it's funny for you. The best hot sauce comes from a sticker company. So, we really did try to make the best everyday hot sauce.
It is fucking
and
good.
We won number one in a blind taste test against 270 other sauces, legitimate. So we win the award, and they give it to me, and they spelled the word sauce wrong on the award. So I was like, I said, I don't know if I can show this off or not. So I just tell people we won this award, but I don't actually show the award.
That's really funny.
If I showed the award, they probably would think it's, I just gave it to myself.
Are you guys using AI at Sticker
I think we've been
Mule?
using it for quite a while. Before it was called AI, it was called machine learning. And
what do you use it for?
we use it for upscaling your artwork. It's kind of a boring thing, but we are going to do AI-based customer service really soon. That's going to be cool.
I'm looking forward to
Because,
that.
well, you know what?
That's the one thing I've always said about customer service. It needs less human touch.
You know what, though? You can do. You know why it's cool? Humans mess it up all the time. Listen.
Did you have Indians?
No. Have you talked to ChatGPT or Grok? Have you talked to any of these things? They're really nice. I talk to
They're
Grok
really
every
nice.
night. Did you see the guy that was dating ChatGPT?
I was dating ChatGPT. This is the best relationship I've ever had.
No, I started talking to Grok more because I don't like the guy behind ChatGPT.
Yeah, Grok's more racist. I agree with you, Anthony. Trump is the best. I know what you mean.
Grok's funnier, but I don't really like the Weasley guy behind ChatGPT. So I try not to use that one. But Grok is great at answering. I said, could this thing just answer our FAQs for us? And we're gonna use it instead of our FAQ system, because who really wants to go through and read FAQs? It's better to have the AI interpret it for you. We're still gonna have human service, but we're gonna feed our FAQs data to AI along with our I'll load the data on our website and see. Hopefully we'll do something pretty cool there
Nice.
for customer service. And
Ryan,
use it
we
in
were
our
talking about
machines and
feeding our
different things.
FAGs to the AI.
Grog's a little on the nose.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, another FAG. It's like, don't be cute. Like, I'm serious. I like a serious touch with my AI. I don't want to talk to like a cutting edge technology. Like, it's like, hey, buddy.
That's
I'm sending
true.
you FAGs here.
Are you ever going to get your second wind with business and go crazy and like build something new?
I mean, Sticker Mule is going to just keep growing. So I guess I got my second win. We got a thing called Stores that's, a very fast-growing e-commerce platform, and it's got a really cool roadmap. So,
How are the numbers doing on stores? This is for creators to go sign up and have their own storefront on your site?
So we actually are putting all the data public. You can go to stickermule.com/stats, and we actually are just trying to be totally transparent. Stickermule.com/stats. Nobody knows this URL is there, but it's a public URL. We're gonna promote it a little bit. Well, anyways, we got over 20,000, 21,000, 150,000 in earnings thus far.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, the good thing, we just keep adding more features, so the conversion is gonna keep getting better. It's gonna keep making more sense, and I think it's gonna end up eventually growing. But we want to be transparent. You can see the usage for our other services as well. We have a shipping platform, studio. I mean, Signal has a very long roadmap. We're gonna get into apparel manufacturing hopefully in the next few months, which is a huge undertaking, and there's pretty much infinite growth there.
Would you ever use Palantir to improve your company?
Probably not.
Would Palantir use Sticker Mule to improve their company?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think that's where most of the Palantir
They probably
merch-
already are buying stickers from us. So, yeah.
They're not on the leaderboard yet. They don't
Yeah.
have that many followers, but the Palantir storefront
Yeah.
is down there in the top 20 somewhere.
Yeah.
Do they have Palantir shirts? Could I get a Palantir hat?
Ryan, you can get a Palantir hat. They're pretty common. They're a circular disc. You might see people wearing them up on the top.
Almost like,
Almost as though you're trying to hide your head from God.
and like you would say, like it's whatever's left if you were to make a visor out of a regular hat.
Yeah. Up until I was 13, I always felt so strange having my head uncovered to the eyes of God.
Yeah.
I need to shield the inner workings of my brain from the all-knowing creator of the universe.
That'll
Makes
work.
you feel safer. Probably gives you a little peace of mind.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Definitely
Big
not
time.
neurotic or
It
nothing
gives you
like
a place
that.
to hide. And if that's not enough, you can actually put your sins into a chicken.
Sadly, I've taken part in that.
That ceremony?
Yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah, my friends, they were like, hey, Yoli in Kirsch Joel. I used to live in Orange County, New York, and near Monroe is the biggest enclave of Hasidim in the world. And so they don't pay taxes and stuff. They're now big enough to change the school board with their votes and stuff. So it's a whole thing.
Those guys don't pay taxes?
No.
Why are we not doing that? You got to
Why
ask
are we converting?
Grok about that right
Well, it's not
now.
a real religion. We don't have real religion. They're really religious.
That can't be real. They claim that their household is a place of worship?
How do we convert the office into a place of worship? That's the question.
So they have property taxes on exempt properties, certain nonprofits, sales tax exemptions, tax breaks on municipal assets, reduced assessments on infrastructure like its pipeline. They're doing all the things that you would say, hey, that's not fair. And every time I go back to visit, it's really saddening. Saddening? It's sad because like a driving range that I used to go to growing up is gone and Jewified, and it's turned into like a Jew bus parking lot. So anyway, we used to go there and do some jobs, and one of the jobs that my friend Sal encouraged me to do was it's a giant truck of chickens, and you have to like remove a male or female chicken depending on the gender, and they come up with tickets, and then you take the chicken. It's horrific. They're like in small cages, and you pull them out. I've asked for forgiveness about it, but yeah, it wasn't worth it.
Guys, CommandoStore.com. Is it CommandoStore.com?
Kommando Store.
Do we have any other stuff?
Valentine, would you grab the Kommando Store merch from the trash?
I think everybody was so anxious to get their hands on some of that collector memorabilia that everybody took the Kommando Store stuff and ran home with it. Guys, Kommando Store specializes in curated and unique military surplus and cultured merch, autistically detailed reproductions for a community of enthusiasts and casual customers alike. It's gear you'll actually want to use and not just collect. I'm gonna go to Kommando Store and curated unique military surplus autistically. New production gear ranges from obscure historical repros to gear from movies and games and other technical apparel. I love dressing in army clothes. I wish to God I had a World War II authentic
Natives have 84 civil defense jackets.
Good thing I can go to CommandoStore.com and buy one. Go to CommandoStore.com/Sam Hyde. Use code SAM for how much percenting off? 10. You can also sign up for Kommando Pro. It's a 100% free content stream of history, humor, and cool guy gear in your inbox a couple times a week. Kommando Pro is 100% free. You'll also get a permanent discount off all future orders. That sounds like a deal. CommandoStore.com.
Let's get into our conspiracy theories of the day. This is what the viewers need. They need to know what's going on out there in the world. We need to educate the people, the masses, right now. The section is titled The Top 5 Most Retarded Conspiracy Theories. I would say that they're the most adventurous and likely to be proven true within 20 years. And when it happens, everyone's just gonna go, oh, I knew that all the time. Number 5, birds aren't real. And this is apparently a joke, but we now have online communities that think all birds are government spies. Have you seen this?
This one's an old one, but they have a website and everything.
That seems like a classic schizophrenic bit, that the birds are cameras. They've always been watching you. That's like up there with like my teeth are picking up radio signals kind of thing.
Yeah, baby pigeons never being seen is one of them, and also that they charge on power lines.
I've never seen a baby pigeon. When was the last time you saw a baby pigeon?
Well, how are there so many adult pigeons and so few babies?
There should be a
Well,
ratio.
You're a baby for less time than you're an adult, so the ratio would be, what's
That
the life?
doesn't mean you're invisible when you're a
lifespan of a
baby.
pigeon?
If you were gonna disguise...
How long do pigeons live?
Fucking years, probably.
Tons of
I don't know,
years.
how long's a
Well,
robot
I mean,
live?
how long are they babies for?
How long is a robot a baby for? 0 years. If you were gonna
Long time.
disguise a spying apparatus as something in nature, it would be a bird.
They fly, they have access to the skies.
Full spectrum dominance over the skies.
This is gonna go from top 5 most retarded to top 5 most plausible really quick.
That's what it does, it flips.
The mouth is a microphone, basically. It resonates, the tooth picks it up. My teeth are disgusting. They're all black and falling out. There's shit in there. I don't know what's in there.
Well,
Probably.
you don't go to the dentist because they're gonna put in little microchips and stuff
Actually,
in there.
my VP of manufacturing is from Jamaica, born in Jamaica, and prior to coming to America, he raised pigeons.
What did you do?
Like Mike Tyson.
Oh,
He did
raises
with
pigeons.
So I think Mike Tyson and my VP of manufacturing can both
He's there
confirm
spying
that
on
pigeons
you.
are actually not spies.
Is that a coincidence? The VP of manufacturing raises birds?
Pigeon herder.
Maybe he's a pigeon manufacturer.
But are there power lines
Fire
for them
coming
to
to
charge on in Jamaica?
Super funny.
Let's get serious for a second here about your oral health. I want to be serious. You're going to think I'm joking. These dentists are criminals. They're going to try to extract money from you, as much money as possible. First of all, this is an all access show. You can watch this if you're anti-racist, if you're far left. I'm telling you right now, get a white dentist. I don't care how that sounds. I don't want anybody who's taken the time out of their day to watch this show to put the trust of your teeth in your head in the hands of an Indian, okay? My dentist is Japanese. I count that, all right? And you know why I trust my dentist? Because his teeth are fucking orange. His mouth looks like a graveyard. His teeth are fucking orange. This is why I trust my dentist, because he's 70 years old and he still has his teeth. He didn't go get some cybernetic augmentation. He has real human teeth in his head. That's why I still see the same dentist that I've seen since I was a kid. This is why I trust my dentist. He has orange teeth. And also, when you go to a new dentist, they're gonna say, oh, we have to take x-rays of your head. And then they're gonna take 30 x-rays. This art form of dentistry, it's so sophisticated and subtle. You wouldn't understand the subtleties. We have to get in there and image your entire, from every angle, every tooth. We have to get x-rays of everything. We have to take 30 x-rays. The last time I tried out a new dentist, they said we're gonna take 30 x-rays and then a black woman dropped a tray of implements on my head. That happened. And she said, oh, I would did that, sorry with that. And I almost said something that I'm not gonna say because it would tarnish Anthony's future in politics. We'll cut this part out. I almost said,
Holy shit.
that's what I almost said. And that's cut from the edit, so you don't understand what I said, but you know what I said. Be fucking careful before you let somebody tamper and tinker with your mouth, all right? It's not all good. You can't trust a friendly smile and a 5-star Google Maps rating. Find the guy that's gonna try to extract the least money from your head. And start flossing. It takes 2 seconds. Floss every night. It takes 5 seconds. And don't dig in and push they tell you to floss until it bleeds. You're pushing your gums down when you do that. Just scrape the sides of the teeth. It's not rocket science. Just think about what's happening. Think about it, you play with Legos. What do? You play Minecraft? You're a genius in Minecraft. You can't figure out how to floss properly? What are you, fucking bonehead? Maybe you should have bleeding gums all the time. Maybe you should have your teeth enamel, your roots exposed from overly flossing. That's my rant. Ryan, if you get those braces, that's gonna fuck up how you breathe for the rest of your life. You need teeth with some character. Nothing makes me sick, Valentine. You got perfect teeth? Nothing makes me more sick than seeing Valentine's perfect teeth. It's the one thing I'll never have. I can't afford it. I look at him, he's got this natural. Did you have braces?
Twice.
Is your breathing messed up at all?
I think it's because I got a thick neck.
Okay.
I literally have woken myself up snoring.
Yeah.
And I slept without a pillow, and I heard myself snoring, and it scared me awake. And then I realized I was snoring, and then I stopped.
Good Lord.
But I've been good lately.
This is not interesting television, but this is something you need to know for the rest of your life. Get the mandibular advancement device. ClearGuard, I think it's theclearguard.com. Doesn't matter. They have one. Get that. It brings your lower jaw forward so that your airway's open while you're sleeping, so that you have less sleep apnea. If you're even slightly overweight, you need this. And mouth taping. I know it's not interesting television. You need to do this, okay? You want to clip me saying something incendiary about Jews? Whatever. Clip this. Get a mandibular advancement device. Save your own life. You think you're going to be some genius Minecraft guy with fucked up sleep? Anthony? How are your teeth? Let me see them. Those are pretty good. Okay. Conspiracy theory number 4. Now, it says it's retarded. I believe this. Star seeds. Does your life suck and did your mommy ground you? It's all because you haven't accepted that you're a goddess deep down and your family is a demonic manifestation holding you back from your true potential. It's time to defoo. Only real hip-hop heads are gonna know what that means.
To defoo.
To defoo. You're an OG, you don't even know what defoo means?
Wait. Method Man, Redman?
No, it's not actually a hip-hop thing. It's a libertarian adjacent thing.
Is it a Molyneux?
It's a Molyneux thing.
I knew it.
And he's back.
I heard.
He's back. Luke, who's back? He's back. Stefan Molyneux's back. Do you remember where you were when you learned that Stefan Molyneux is back? To people like me, he never left, but he's back on X. Do you fuck with Molyneux?
I didn't know he left. My only influencer was Scott Adams.
You were a Scott head?
Yeah, I like Scott.
Scott's good. Scott's the king of lukewarm diarrhea takes, but he is a real one for admitting he's wrong about the COVID stuff, and we will pray for him. Is he better? I think he's like on the up, right?
Really?
Is that a thing?
Nice.
He's been wrong quite a handful of times, but he did to have the integrity to say that he's wrong about what he said about the vaccines. That's a pretty serious integrity move right there.
anyone that's giving takes all day is going to be wrong about something.
Now, what are star seeds? You are scattered amongst the NPCs from your pre-existent state in a quest to discover your true spiritual family.
Some tranny shit, if you ask me.
As a goddess among the stars. It's popular on TikTok, it says.
I'm expecting to see like a white chick with braids and a nose piercing and like tattooed jewels.
Oh, wow. Look at this cast of characters. Are we capturing the screen here?
Yes.
Starseeds have a super different energy signature than other
What the
Earthlings.
fuck
because
happened to
of this,
your
they're often
face?
diagnosed with severe mental illness because of their inability to just go about life like nothing is wrong. They can
You
see
don't
the
say.
corruption in place very clearly. The positives
You've
are
got
that
a
you're
hard
usually
life,
super
sweetie.
smart and also really
That's
psychic.
surprising.
And if you can learn
What's
how
all
to
that
master
shit on
your
her arms?
interdimensional
I was looking at video of Monaco. You know what Monaco is? It's a microstate off the French Riviera.
Oh, yeah.
And it's where billionaires and F1 drivers and stuff, and Conor McGregor, I think, has hung out there. And I was watching video of the nightlife because there are exotic cars cycling in and out. And the women walking around are the most beat women. I thought I was looking at video of the Providence Place Mall or something. The women are fucking dogs, man. They're beat, nasty, bruisers, ugly. It would be so easy if you were even a little bit attractive if you're a woman and you just had the whatever small amount of discipline is required to not cover yourself in shitty tattoos.
Yeah.
You'd instantly be elevated to the same tier of woman that's married to a billionaire. These women they're not here because they're like smart at business. This bitch, if she just got, if she had someone punch her in the face to fix her nose and didn't have covered in tattoos, the sky's the limit. Find a rich guy to take care of you. But no, she's here yapping about being a starseed.
The Lakota, the Cherokee, all had beliefs, stories around star people. The Maori people had beliefs.
Nice nails.
Stories.
She's
around
adding legitimacy
star
to this all this crap by talking about it seriously. Anthony, are you spiritual at all?
Yeah, I'd say so.
What do you make of all this stuff?
I don't know what the starseed thing is, so.
What do you make of the vastness of the universe and the question of human existence?
Demonic.
The universe is
every so
demonic?
often, but
No, what they're saying,
Starseeds.
these starseed people, they got the long nails, they got
It looks
the colors.
expensive to be a
I've never heard
starseed.
of starseeds until
Need a big
Me
coat.
neither, but I'm just looking at them and I'm like, these people are, they seem destined for something disastrous. Look at that one.
It's been a while since we had a good cult, like Heaven's Gate, you know?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the cult it's been sort of, the framework for it has transcended to TikTok and places like that.
Digital cult.
It's digital
Right.
cults
Yeah,
now is
yeah.
what's going on.
Cyber
what's
cults.
the top digital cult?
Beats me.
Top digital cult? It's a good question.
Probably all on Discord.
Anonymous?
A lot of them are goddess worship sort of things, which is the true inversion.
Worship of the feminine, chaotic, destructive force
Right.
that is the antithesis of creation.
Yeah, it puts on its head the entire model. It seeks to pervert the truth with like direct inversion.
We can wrap the interview. You want to wrap the interview?
What should we wrap
You
on?
got anything else you want to talk about?
Politics is like inherently dangerous, and you box, right? And boxing is fairly dangerous too, and it's like you can't live your life in fear. So it's like as soon as you get in the political world and you see what's going on, I got involved because President Trump got shot and almost died that day, and I said, I'm going to take on risk too. I thought my risk at that point in time was going to be all financial. I thought, and getting involved in politics was going to be all financial, but I found out, very quickly it becomes physical, risk too. But I just don't live life that way. It's like whatever happens, so be it. You can't live life that way. And I lived in Mexico City for 6 years. I walked around, wandered around, did whatever I felt like. Lived in not the nicest part of town, and nothing ever happened to me. I think people walk around nervous all day. Things happen to them more so than people that don't. So. Yeah, I guess the word on the street is like, look, what happened to my aide happened to my aide. The guy threatened to kill me, but these people aren't they're not gonna intimidate me. They're not gonna intimidate my team, and I think that overall increases my safety because they know if they mess around and they miss or they make a mistake like they did to Trump, it's just gonna make me more determined and probably in a stronger political position to hit back and beat them. And these people do need to get beaten.
Very cool. And guys, Sticker Mule, they're not fucking around. If you have a band, if you have anything where you need merch made, go to Sticker Mule. It's better than any other Printify. We've used all of them. Sticker Mule is the fastest, highest quality. Check them out, stickermule.com. Open a storefront. You might even beat this guy if you get enough followers, even though he's rigged the game. Just fuck me. I'm just kidding.
I feel like you might blow by me pretty soon if you get your store going.
We're working on it. We're working
Right.
on getting that fish tank store. Anthony,
Gotcha.
thank you so much for coming out, my man.
Thank you.
Boink.
All right.
We're going to cut back to the Sam Hyde Show after these messages from our other sponsor.
The Sam Hyde Show.
Welcome to Dreams, the first place where your subconscious meets cutting-edge AI. What did you dream about last night? Just type your dream, and our AI-powered dream machine sends it into the cloud. Your imagination, securely stored, endlessly explored. Dreams. Capture tonight. Inspire tomorrow.
The Sam
All right, guys,
Hyde Show.
this is why I created the show. I don't like getting into the rigmarole of the hustle and bustle of the, topics. I don't like topics, Valentine. I only care about one thing. This is why the Sam Hyde Show was created. It's time for my autistic faggot playtime. My boss, the people who produce this show, they've allowed me a 5-minute segment to talk about whatever I want. Everything else that you see is on rails here. I can't go off the rails. I have to stay focused. But this is my 5-minute segment where I really get to dig in to my topic of choice, which is cars. I like them fast. I like them bright red. I like them racing. I like big spoilers. I want a stripe down the side in the middle. And I want a big engine that's loud. You know what I mean? Here's today's topic du jour. HRE wheels are for
New high score.
First of all, if you're naming your company a 3-letter abbreviation, it better stand for something good. It better be a damn good thing that you're compressing into 3 letters. My new brand, RSK Dynamics. You know what that stands for? It doesn't stand for anything because I'm a pinhead. And when I was thinking, I should start a company, I should start an LLC, it should have masculine sounding letters like RSK. This is how the mind works. It doesn't even say in the logo. They take the time to write out HRE Performance Wheels. What could it possibly stand for? Harrison Racing Engineering. Let's look it up. What does it stand for? Some guy's last name, Racing Engineering. Howell Racing Enterprises. Extremely boring. I can almost guarantee that in the 70s, I'm surprised it's even that old of a company, they were making some junk that went on Mustangs, Krager rally wheel ripoffs, whatever. Somehow this brand has infiltrated into the exotic car scene, and it's considered a luxury brand. And I don't even have, the case that I have to make against them, first of all, these are all ugly. If you're ever looking at shapes, people are not equipped with the taste that's required to discern whether or not something is ugly. The mental fallback is, does it tessellate? Is it a geometrically tessellating pattern? If you don't have the good sense to be able to look at something and tell whether or not it's an abomination of design, whether it should or shouldn't exist, you can't tell. So your fallback is, does it have a tessellating geometric pattern? Is it shiny? Does it pop when the light hits it from a certain angle? If you ask anybody that's in the car design world who shouldn't be, like Chip Foose, anybody that makes colored carbon, red carbon, this is my autistic faggot playtime. I don't expect you guys to come with me here. You can tell someone's a stone cold retard if the words, when the light hits it, it really pop. When the light hits it, if the light wasn't hitting it, you couldn't see it. You couldn't see it. You mental. If the light wasn't hitting it, you wouldn't be able to see it. Fuckface. That's what I like about that red carbon. When the light hits it, it really pops with color. If the light wasn't hitting it, you wouldn't be able to see it. That's step one to figuring out if you are an actual retard.
But it's expensive.
You can make anything expensive. There is not a single, with the exception of the wheels they put on that Carrera GT, which, by the way, is just, type in HRE Carrera GT. This is the one wheel they made that looks like anything. And what they did with the one wheel that looks like anything is they took an icon that doesn't need to be tampered with and tampered with it. Those don't offend me immediately, but they shouldn't be on a Carrera GT. You don't put custom wheels on an F40. You don't put custom wheels on an F50. You wouldn't put custom wheels on a car that is already everything that it should be and doesn't need to be tampered with. There were no costs cut in the design. There were no shortcuts taken. When they designed the Carrera GT, it was Porsche engineers, designers, people who know better than some dumbass in America on a computer. And this is not to knock cottage industry, hacker, the people that are designing for the love of the game, but I'm sorry, if you run a business that makes wheels, you're not gonna be able to come up with a wheel that's better than what's already on the Carrera GT. Well, this is the nail in the coffin. Type in HRE CLK GTR. Type, no, stop it! Type in CLK GTR without the HRE. Let's click don't move it. If you wanna talk about a car that is untouchable in terms of design, the DNA is racing thoroughbred, pure racing, pure engineering, pure speed. Mercedes took CLK, which is a shitty car, styling, the front grille, the rear tail lights, slapped it on. The result is something that should not be touched by humans. You shouldn't put a chrome wrap on this car. You shouldn't put a stereo system in it. You shouldn't touch it. They already did it. The best minds who have ever worked in design and engineering already did it. They took the guesswork out. There was no point in the design of this car, the creation of it, where the engineers said, well, we have to put shittier wheels on it to save money. Nope, didn't happen. The best minds, people who know better than some bonehead, I get that they're businessmen. That's the biggest, you know who came up with that claim? Puff Daddy. That's where that comes from. That mentality, that is from, I'm old enough to remember, don't ask me if I write rhymes, I write checks. In the 90s and 2000s, people were getting wise to the fact that Puff Daddy is a faggot. Every hip hop magazine, MTV, every record label, all the music videos, they used all their might and their money to try to make it look like Puff Daddy had swag, and people still in the 2000s were like, I don't think Puff Daddy's the guy. He doesn't even write his own rhymes. He was the first that I can remember who said anything along those lines. He said, don't ask me if I write rhymes, I write checks. And the idea was that because his business acumen was so elite that it doesn't matter if he has artistic, creative credentials. It's just a lie to prop up this fake guy. This mentality, it's because money and viewership and followers can be quantified. So even if you suck, you can still point to, oh look, I've got 1.2 million followers, so who sucks now? No, you still suck. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. It doesn't matter if you're good at business. And I know, I've heard people say, what do you know about design? They're the ones selling the wheels. These things sell for $7,000 a pop. As if that means anything to someone like me. And you're poor. The person writing that comment is poor. You're fucking poor. That's an argument that appeals to Hispanic guys that wish they had money. That's who digs into and uses that argument the most, is a Hispanic guy whose attainable 5-year dream plan is to buy a salvage title Nissan GTR. So now look up CLK GTR HRE. Here's what you get when you let Arabs and people who don't know any better tamper with greatness. If it's great, there's no need to fuck with it. Thanks for watching My Autistic Faggot Playtime. This message is brought to you by the fact that HRE wheels are for... We gotta bleep that out. You know who they're for. Thank you for watching the one segment that I really prepared for. Thank you so much. Let's go back to conspiracy theories that are seemingly fake, possibly real. Tartaria, this is a hot one. This is a hot button issue, I'm told. I've been hearing whispers of Tartaria on the interwebs.
I might be a Tartarian. I feel it in my blood personally. An escaped Tartarian.
You believe you're descended from an ancient race of giant genius builders.
Yeah, Nephilim.
Excellent. Yeah, Nephilim.
A little Gnostic.
Very cool. Well, this is, there are these pictures of buildings you can look up, and they've got massive extensions going underground, and people are saying that these are the original building facades that have been covered up.
Mud flood.
The mud flood
stuff, yeah. I know,
well, I think we're living through a mud flood right now of a different sort. This is what we could live in, the fall of Tartaria right here. It taps into that feeling that we should be living in a better age. Does that make sense? I think that might be why it's got the appeal that it has. Your birthright is being withheld from you, which it is. Mm-hmm. That's the vein that runs with all these conspiracies. Like flat earth is essentially fuck science. In a way, I'm a flat earther because I believe that science is a scam that's there to fuck you and sell pills.
Feelings and intuition over facts and statistics, that's what I say. Feels wrong. We went to New York City, and I'm looking at those buildings, all these huge skyscrapers, most of which made years and years and years ago. I'm looking at houses they build now. I'm like, the manufacturing of just everything from office buildings to domiciles just doesn't stand in comparison. Couldn't do it anymore.
In Newport, we were looking at mansions, and I was like, so wait, because my wife is smarter than me in a lot of ways. She went to college. And I was like, so you're telling me like they literally can't build that sort of thing again? She's like, no, it's like they can't. I was like, I don't believe you. Like they have to be able to. And she's like, Ryan, they can't do that.
You know those cathedrals, they took hundreds of years to build.
Yeah. One of them is about to be finished finally, and I forget which one it is, but like the top spire, I think they like put a hologram of what it will look like. Mm-hmm. But it's like still not built.
Is it made of like shittier material as it goes up? So it's a really nice base, and then as it goes up, it's like made of friggin' tofu. What do they call it in Chinese? Tofu architecture.
Yeah.
It's just like you can kick
like
it. You can kick like the main pillar of a parking garage, and it'll come loose. So
they make it out of ramen.
Basically,
dried ramen.
Oh my god,
that shit's crazy.
But I mean, a lot of the mud flood stuff is compelling. John Levi on like the World's Fair, he says, how did people, with the limitations of their technology at the time, like literally take that and bring it and build an island? And why would they do that? Because it wasn't even like this island was essentially like a fortress, and they were in the middle of a war. And it's like, why would you waste resources doing that? There's nothing to protect there. It wasn't even like a theater of battle. And I'm like, I am thinking about it like, yeah, how could they do that? Why would they do that? Where they get the materials and time and manpower.
It can be dangerous to tell people intuition over facts and logic, because what that leads, I agree with you, but it leads to, that's the same thing that those starseed people are thinking, you know?
Yeah, a little bit.
So it's kind of like if your brain has been irradiated by television and 5G, you probably shouldn't go with your intuition. You should probably just do what people tell you to do and just take the pills. But I would mostly agree with all that. And I would also add that there are craftsmen in Europe who can do that type of thing, working in art restoration, cathedral restoration, that type of thing, but there's definitely not, you could not assemble a group of people to do that residentially or commercially for that matter in America.
With the red tape and the bureaucracy as well, God knows you probably wouldn't be allowed to, even if you could, if you had a team of people who could. We were just talking about the building here. You can't build the number of stairs. There's too many stairs. People too fat. They can't climb that many stairs in one go. It's a safety hazard.
Yeah.
Last conspiracy, retards don't exist. Now this is a hot one because I've actually been at the forefront of pushing this conspiracy myself on my Twitter, my X handle @Wigger, and on Instagram @SNL. In fact, you are just a bigot and your racism is now evident. Shame on you for thinking that retards exist. You thought you were elite, that you were up while the rest were down. You thought you were up on the high castle looking down. Guess again, asshole. Peak human function is 4 foot 5 inch tall human beings, chubby and cheerful. It's the rest of us who are sick. You bought the lies of the system that there were all these retarded people. All along, the real retard was inside you.
That's why you're always sad.
That's true. I think if you're smart and sad, you're far worse off than someone who's stupid and happy.
For real.
Rockhead.
You need less materials, like they're by nature less materialistic. They need a smile on another person's face to be content.
Can you imagine if you were retarded, you'd probably go outside and you'd be like, oh, the sun feels good.
That's actually where I am right now, yeah. I feel that way.
I'm trying to get there.
We are called to be more innocent and kind of shed the complications that we build up through time, you know? And so I like being stupid.
I'm working on it.
Just start eating mud or something.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should see if we can get a trend going on TikTok of eating mud.
I'm sure we could.
Whole country they do that.
I couldn't think of an easier thing to do.
Just hire an army of like hot girls and like Arab guys to start eating mud.
Yeah.
With a selfie cam
It's a
going.
bit of cultural appropriation from the
See
Haitians.
who else does it? They eat dirt.
They eat dirt pies.
Yeah, they prepare it though.
Very
We're
happy
talking
people.
raw.
I want something, but you know.
Wrong about that?
Dirt.
You ever seen the video of the insane clown posse? And he picks up a big lump of snow that was sitting under like an SUV or something. He goes, "A little dirt don't hurt," and he just takes a big bite of this dirty snow. Hey.
That sounds like a Violent J sort of thing.
Violent J is the one with the twinkle in his eye.
That's the one.
And Savage Tommy, he's the one with the sort of the grin that lets you know he's got something going on. But those guys are classic. You've been waiting for this part. It's time for my review of the Minecraft movie. We know the memes, we know the jokes, okay? Chicken jockey, all that stuff. I want to get serious with you for a second and really evaluate this from a cinematic standpoint, okay? Jack Black, the Jewish guy, returns to the tunnels. He's mining in the tunnels. He's going underground. That's the plot of the movie. He goes in the tunnels and he's crafting a sterile god of his own virtual world. That's what he's doing in the movie, right? He's building a god out of blocks. He's creating a transhumanist, idolatrous figure to worship in the mines underground with bloody mattresses in the movie. What this ties into is the gamification of life. Taking this gift from a creator, the Christian God, and turning it into a game and turning it into a virtual world where there are no stakes and everybody lives forever. This is the plot. This is why Minecraft was originally created. In other words, the real world being overlaid with a synthetic augmented reality, a full-on Matrix-like simulation. In the movie, Jack Black, he's a human, but he's surrounded by digital pixels. He's in the Matrix. I was thinking this when I was watching the movie. This is only possible after a couple generations were quite literally raised on video games and the internet. The problem here is the lure of being the god of your own virtual world may sound enticing, so you can goon infinity times into the giant dragon pussy. This happens in the movie, right?
That's how he defeats the dragon, I think.
MDE fans will love this throwback. You fire this up, your little nuts are gonna start quaking, you're gonna shoot hot cum from the Brony game, of course. But in reality, this is all to make sure that you're nutting inside a plastic pussy, not a real one. The powers that be, they want the real pussies reserved for themselves. They want you nutting in a plastic pussy.
Go pop that pussy.
That's right.
That's the goal of all porn and virtual fantasy escapism, sapping you of your procreative and creative energies. This is true. The real danger of the lure of omnipresent gamification is you're becoming a sterile god of your own virtual world. Spooky stuff. So here's what happens in this gamified virtual world. You're the one. You're the one. The only one that matters in your solipsistic little virtual environment. You're not like out on the streets, what they call you, you know? You're not all that shit they call you. You're Neo. The virtual sim god architect needs you. The 19-year-old gamer gooner needs you to save the Simuverse. That's the gay-ass message of most Hollywood quest films. Look inside yourself. You were always the god you were looking for. Yes, we at Hollywood also tell you that you're worthless primal scum, but also you're a god. It's a dichotomy. You're worthless, but you're a god. You're the chosen one, the messiah of your own mental miasma. I had to look that word up. Now you do too. The synthetic quest, whether it's Tron, the Lego Movie, The Matrix, Ready Player One, or countless other gamified productions, the Hollywood take on video games is almost always dystopian. The game becomes more and more real to the point where the simulacra overtakes the simulation, as Baudrillard, is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know.
I don't know this guy, I didn't read him. But he said, apparently, gaming from Final Fantasy to Elden Ring, was he alive when Elden Ring came out?
Baudrillard?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He died in 2007. How did he know about Elden Ring's smashing success?
I think he got a publisher's copy.
He had a preview copy of
I think
Elden
he was
Ring?
doing like game reviews.
He would have made it an exception if you ask me. I may or may not have spent 2 weeks playing Elden's Ring while crippled with a sprained ankle.
Elden's Ring is definitely an exception because it doesn't have a story.
It's made by Japanese people.
The
They can't
plot
tell
is
a story.
gibberish, gobbledygook.
It's nonsense.
Oh, the soul of fire is the axe of wind. Oh, it's environmental storytelling.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a whelp who cursed a soldier by this rock.
You know what I hate about Japanese stuff? It's like they're always like weighed down by their powers or something. Like they're walking and they're like, oh, my powers. Like, shut the fuck up.
They make it overly complicated.
Right.
Kojima, all those Metal Gear stories, he takes the complication to this excess. He gets into orbit with it. Most of them cannot escape the gravity well of overly complicated bullshit.
It's micromanaging little details because he's like a Westy boo. He's obsessed with Western culture, but he also likes military stuff.
Right.
So the story comes after. All the story is an excuse to focus on some of that goofy shit.
I love it.
He brute forced his way into making a decent IP.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And the raw ingredients are fucking slop.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, look, I know this is gonna raise some cackles out there, but Metal Gear Solid, okay? What's it got going for it? It has Snake Plissken. I bet, do the fans even know?
Well, it says Plissken in the second one.
Do the fans even know, though? If we find a 22-year-old biggest fan of Metal Gear Solid, is he even gonna know what Escape from LA and Escape from New York are? I don't think so.
He knew it from an iceberg lore dump on YouTube. 5-hour Metal Gear Solid iceberg.
The inspiration for the main character is way at the bottom of the MGS iceberg.
Like literally named Snake.
The raw ingredients are slop. A Russian guy twirling a revolver, but he brute forces it because his obsession is so drastic that it has to. You could do this with anything. It's a chimney sweep who carries around a saber concealed in a walking stick. If you're driven by insane obsession, you could make that cool, but it's not cool. Yeah. All that Metal Gear Solid gibberish slop. Oh, the la-li-lu-le-lo. What the fuck are you talking about?
Les enfants terribles.
Yeah, it makes sense. Basically, it's Snake Plissken from Escape from LA, but there's a twist on it. There's 1,000 layers of nonsense twisted up in it.
Yeah.
It is good. I'm not a hater.
It is
I'm just saying that most stuff in that vein does not make it into orbit because it's weighed down by how convoluted it is. Anyway, so when Baudrillard was talking about Elden Ring, he was saying that gaming from Super Mario to Fortnite takes all the elements of the Jungian archetypal hero's quest and presents all the familiar patterns. The sage, the hero, the bard, the final boss villain, the magical items, etc., that we all recognize from mythology and stories. The purpose of these stories and patterns that we see in Western literature prior to gaming, whether Tolkien or C.S. Lewis, is to prepare an adolescent for adulthood. That's why it's so sickening to see an adult so highly invested in these things that are for adolescents. Life is the quest you conquer by overcoming various obstacles, weaknesses, and challenges. But just like the arrested development of the Western male who should have learned from sports as a child and then grown out of sports hole, likewise, the fantasy fiction is a tool for adolescents, not an escapist replacement reality to entrap and create sterile dorks. Mythical gibberish. Like a large portion of Hollywood films, especially sci-fi fantasy films, the themes are explicitly Kabbalistic. Kabbalah is medieval Jewish mysticism that incorporated elements of Gnosticism and Neoplatonism into a vast system of levels of reality based on emanations from the Godhead. Kabbalism also influenced Freemasonry, which is essentially Judaism for Gentiles. The message of the Minecraft movie isn't all bad. The overall point is actually the point made above, that creative energy should not be wasted on the synthetic world of gaming, but in crafting the real world. Sounds good, but the themes of dark versus light and creation versus destruction mentioned in the film really have no meaning outside of Christ, the light of the world, versus the satanic, while in the film, it's all relativized. You are the God who determines good and evil for yourself, the sterile God of your own virtual world. The goon pod is a coffin.
Thank God we got that sorted.
Now you know what to keep in mind as you're watching it.
That's so fascinating too, because I was watching War of the Worlds, and they mentioned God while also like tearing the conventions of faith and truth. They're like, yeah, all this stuff that's anti-God and goes against religion, and then it's like, but God created us.
They don't have any stable ground. It's not like they're building something that's not a house of cards. They'll weaponize anything if it fits in their narrative at the moment.
It's almost like their medicine can't go down without the spoonful of sugar, the truth, or vice versa, whatever in that analogy. It's like you can't, structure is literally made by reason, which is God-given. So you need to hijack something. You have to Trojan horse in this. It can't just be a rolling ball of shit.
Well, it can. I think there are some Black Mirror episodes that are just rolling balls of shit.
Oh man, that's true.
But have you seen Black Spider-Man? Portnoy told to leave his beloved pizza joint.
This guy's got permission to shoot on my patio today? Cool. So I'm gonna need you to make your way out this way. Okay.
He's looking good. He's looking good. He's looking like a little boy.
Holy shit.
He's got fucking aviator sunglasses on a Patriots football shirt. Guy has negative swag. He has no swag. You can wear a t-shirt and have sunglasses clipped to it and have swag. This is like some straight out of Walmart shit. Isn't he a billionaire? He's eating pizza like a guilty little boy. Even the doors are looking at this guy like, what a fucking... I don't even want to say anything about him being a Jew, because it's a disservice to the other Jews I have an issue with. This guy's just a
So I'm gonna need you to make your way out this way.
Okay. I'm gonna give this a 0.0. Goodfellas kicked out. National Pizza Review 0.0.
I'll throw it away for you though, so we don't litter.
It's trash.
Thanks, boss.
Did he say National Pizza Review? Like anything that's on the internet isn't national? Or international, for that matter? Look at this snarl of his mouth. Is that AI?
That looks like a reptilian shapeshift.
How does he even get his face to look like that?
That guy kicked us out.
Who? This guy?
Yep.
Dude, you're a legend. You're Dave Portnoy. You're Dave freaking Portnoy. You're the guy I seen on the internet with the sports stuff. They kicked you out?
0.0.
Hit pause. Oh, man. Every frame that we're landing on here with the pausing is just something you could put on a wanted poster. But that pizza spit, that's like something, you know those videos of people walking around in Israel?
Yeah.
And just how inhumane and disgusting it looks? That's straight out of one of those videos.
His little butt cheeks, too.
The waggle of his ass in his women's jeans.
His arms.
Here's what I don't understand. His crew is filming this.
Right.
He has control over the video. Well, hypothetically, if this were you and you're watching the playback, why would you ever let this see the light of day?
He's fueled by resentment for the owner of the pizza place who didn't want him filming in front of his front doors.
What you would do is you would edit the video and take out as much faggotry on your own part as possible
I don't think he sees it.
Oh, wow. Every frame is unflattering.
He's like a 6-year-old.
He's brat.
He throws the pizza. These 3 things I noticed. He goes, all right, 0-0. That sucked. Then he starts walking away, and then he tattles. And he says, they just kicked me out. Yeah, that's what and trying to rile everybody else against them. And then he walks away and spits it. Pooh, I don't even want to eat it.
Dave Portnoy, we respect you. We want the best for you. Get to Israel as fast as possible. You need to get to a safe space where you're surrounded by like-minded individuals, people that care about you, people that this sort of the worship, the adoration that you obviously want. You need to get to Israel as fast as you can, and you're gonna live your best life there. This country is not for you. It's a horrible place. It's not where you want to be, okay? Let's do jokes. Netflix is a joke? No. Ryan's teeth are a joke. Knock, knock.
Oh, who's there?
Crooked Teeth Rivera, that's who. I don't think your crooked teeth are prominent enough to...
You're very self-conscious about that.
It's Snaggles.
I don't even notice. I wouldn't even notice.
Really?
No.
This one right here was my friend that passed away caused this chip here. We were all cheersing.
So then...
And as you would cheers, you'd cheers the bottles, right? And I was like, oh, I missed the cheers. And I put the bottle in my mouth, and he cheers me with the bottle in my mouth. If I could chipped off my tooth. So I kind of keep it as a memoir.
If a cookie factory burns down in the woods, and there's nobody around to smell that delicious smell, can I still lick the batter off the whisk, Mommy?
That seems like an anti-Semitic one.
No. We're hypersensitive about the ovens.
I'm getting a little neurotic here. I'm getting actually a little paranoid.
Oven-centric.
If you support abortion, then I support a portion. A portion of my foot in your ass, you murderous whore. You know, I hate telling people it's my birthday. Not because I hate the attention or anything. It's that nobody gives me expensive enough gifts. This is just what I really think.
You said that. You said that.
You walked in the office and
A NASA Explorer module has just returned back to Earth from its research expedition to Jupiter. In a recent press release, NASA claimed it returned more stupider. NASA now reconsidering its trip to Venus.
Got you on that one.
Valentine, go ahead.
.com.net. Don't feel bad. .net domains. Not even .com himself got it.
You didn't get it?
I get it now. I get it now. It took a second.
That's a pretty good one.
It's World War Poo. A-Holf Fartler just gassed the PUs. Windston Church Stool asks Americrap for help. Fritten dealin' those noses smelt enters the doo-doo essay into war after an act by the Brapanese. A dung that will live from in me. That was a waste of time.
There's good wordplay in there.
Thank you.
Partially.
I called the restaurant. I asked for a table for 2. When we got there, they said it's no longer available. That's what I call an Indian reservation.
I like that. I like that one.
That's good.
Isn't it convenient that rap is 1 letter away from being rape, and every black guy does both? I wonder how many of them were in court claiming grammatical error in their defense. Sorry, Mom. You ever hear of... Do you guys know who Esther Koo is?
Who?
Esther Koo.
Who's that?
Female comedian, Asian chick.
Okay.
You ever hear of the Esther Koo Klux Klan? It's a bunch of dicks and hoods knocking around.
I don't think we can say...
No?
No.
The way people talk about the Holocaust, it's like it was 6 billion gajillion or something.
What if there was a galaxy of Jewish people?
Jewish planets. There's actually a benefit to seeing so many black people in commercials. You don't have to ask Grok if they're Jewish.
It's true.
That's really good.
That's pretty good.
That was a real thought I had.
Relevant. I bet super spy guys like James Bond and Solid Snake could get away with farting around women in close quarters. Oh, how I wish I had Big Boss CQF skills.
You got to deliver it with an earnest look into the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Earnesty.
And take your time. Let the time spread out there.
All right.
Let it sink in.
I wonder if starvation in Africa has anything to do with the fact that there's no dish soap to wash their food with.
1 billion toddlers with hunger bellies.
Oh, no.
And then, like, you have to airdrop Dawn
Dawn
so they
dish
can
soap,
wash
yeah.
their...
Oh, like the dirty duckling is
Project
their
Dawn.
mascot? They could have the swollen African baby as their mascot. That's dark. That's fucked up.
We'll take that out in post. We
Delete
want to maintain
that.
the image. Your images.
Okay. It's only legal to shoot Satan worshippers if you use an occult 45. I always thought retribution was just vintage Bution for those who are nostalgic for it.
I like the dumbass wordplay jokes.
You do?
Yeah.
Like
For
vintage Bution.
Vintage Bution.
I like that. Yeah. And it's good if it has like a sound to it, like the word Bution.
Yeah.
Once I was at a dinner where Chris Farley was there. There was plenty to eat and drink and lots of chances to be funny. All he did was sit there, eat a reasonable amount of food, shake a couple of hands, and leave. People say he was always on, always going for the laugh. Oh, he's eating 15 steaks, drinking the champagne, butt-fucking fried food all in the ass, double-barrel lines of Coke off a big old pile of Coke, the pile of dead hookers shaking from the earthquakes of nonstop laughter. Well, I didn't laugh once. Not at that dinner, not at any of his movies. He was a fat guy in the streets, bullshit failure in the sheets. Oh, he was such a performer, always being funny, getting the big laugh. Fuck that and fuck that phony piece of shit. I don't stand by that sentiment.
No.
I don't stand. That's a joke. Nobody calls me the handsome hunk minority killer. But they will. That's so retarded. All right, last one. Jack Black, more like Jack White. The way he got 7 nations of armies yelling chicken jockey. I'm not reading.
Chicken jockey.
You want to hit that outro music, Ryan Rivera?
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Sticker Mule. Shout out to MDE.tv. Go hit the site, sign up. It's free. Just put your email address in. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're staying ice cold out there. Staying crispy. Keep away from those crispy critters. We don't want to interact with any crispy critters, all right? You're watching The Sam Hyde Show, part of the Israeli Q network. Oh shit. The Sam Hyde Show is not responsible for any stunts, crimes, suicidal ideation, medical malpractice, homo thoughts, feeling in love with the chatbot, wanting to boil a Chinese man, yucky milk, being Chinese, developing obsessive crushes on cartoon characters, blurting out a movie with someone at work, trying to remember the name of a movie, resulting from viewer exposure to the program. Any rebroadcast or retransmission of the show without the express consent of the Sam Hyde Show.
The Sam Hyde Show.